Welcome back to the Cepheid variable. This is your referee, Chris. I'm going to thank our Patreon folks here at the top of the episode before we hop back into more Traveler action. We got Taylor, Drowrin, Miles, Randy, Yam, Colby, Thomas, Randy G, Laszlo, Hovo, H-O-V-O, Jeremy, Ben, Garth, Tyler, and Nelson. Thank you guys for your continued support. We appreciate you. And if you're interested in joining our Patreon, check out the show notes. There's a link there, $3 a month. And there's some pretty sweet character art there. I've also added it to our Discord as well, so you can see the characters in this here show you're about to listen to. So that's all I got. Hope you guys have a great night, day, whenever you're listening to this. Take it easy. We open up with you guys on your ship. You are watching this train, not like a literal train, but like a convoy, probably be the better term, of ships approaching you.
Ships or vehicles?
Vehicles. I'm sorry. Thank you. I use those two interchangeably, and I shouldn't because we're now in the far future where they have different meanings. You guys have landed here on the planet of, I wrote it down here. It is Dayron FA7. Daron FA7.
Sounds like a rapper name.
A little bit, yeah.
So, like,
Deron
okay.
FA7. Not spelled out, just the letter 7. Kind of like Sheridan 4. So, you are all at this outpost for the Prime Dominion, who has graciously found this sector of the Spinward March and decided that they need to join the hegemony of this galactic ruling party. And so they have set up this outpost.
They need the enlightenment we bring.
Exactly. Yes. And they've set up an outpost here to try to win over the favor of the locals by providing them with food, shelter, building materials, all the stuff that's on your ship. And as we know, not all locals are super stoked about that. And so there seems to be some sort of conflict that was hinted at last episode as they told you to get back inside of your ship and wait till we come to get you because it's not really safe right now. We found that Toots has a anti-imperialistic colonization arc. I didn't see that coming. That was a swerve. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Which I'm here for, as she did not take kindly to her belief systems that this is that these people might not need this or wanted this, but is being forced upon them. And who knows? We don't know the truth. But you all can put your own spin on it. You all have your own character's belief towards this. You are met with this convoy of, like, containers, cargoes, like, you know, they acknowledge you, ask you to lower your dock or your ramp. They start offloading all of these material with, you know, electric pallet jacks. Maybe there's a couple like fucking sweet lifter bots that are out there, mech units. Let's go with it.
Cool. What's the timeline between when they first contacted us and then said we'll come back, and like how long was it?
It was maybe like 10, 20 minutes around that time. Not super long. No.
And this is the point of contact that we had established we were meeting up with.
You were meeting with a Major Cornox Freck.
Sounds like a swear word.
That sounds like a name from Ratchet and Clank. Like that. I love that.
I've never played Ratchet. I've never played it.
It's a good game.
I've
heard good things.
A lot of fun.
I always get them confused with Jack and Daxter, which I know they're not similar at all.
I used to do that.
But I just with
Came
my
out at the
limited
exact same
my
time on the
limited
same-
knowledge, I just don't. Yeah,
Classic apocalypse deep impact situation.
yeah absolutely. Or what was the volcano ones? Volcano and Dante's Inferno.
Yep.
Yep. Ants, Bugs Life. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ants, Bugs Life, That's so true.
Yeah, dude, I don't know how. It's like they pair up these ideas and like they always.
I mean, I think the studios know about each other,
I
so it's
think
them
that
just trying
is
to beat it to
actually
market.
what
Like,
I just want to
Yeah.
add my own because this is a childhood memory real quick. I thought I was going to go see Muppet Treasure Island in theater, but Muppet Treasure Island came out at the exact same time as Cutthroat Island. So I spent the entire time watching Gina Davis cut throats expecting Kermit was
That
going to
makes
come out of somewhere.
so much sense. Now, like, having met you and known you, that makes so much sense. Yeah.
So just wanted to put that out there.
I remember I wanted to see Cutthroat Island so bad, and it looks so awesome, and I never saw it.
It is awesome.
To this day.
Never seen it to this day.
Wow.
Still love it. Yeah.
You just think they're always good? Yeah.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean came out.
That Pirates of the Caribbean is
The first
fucking
one's great.
amazing.
Yeah. First.
The second and third are even still both pretty baller.
All right. What we talking about?
I know why I was asking about the time though.
Yeah.
Because if I was informed that there's some kind of minor revoltish kind of thing going on, I want to use tactics military to get an idea. Like, okay, wait, is this a safe spot?
Sure.
Realistically,
Yeah, give me that roll. We'll say that's going to be an 8. 8 plus?
Well, it's not gonna 5. I got nothing.
Yeah, no, you don't know. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know anything about this terrain. I'm
yeah,
used to
seems
space.
like you are this is the safest place possible, is right where you're at.
Nice.
As a mortar shell laid. No,
Yeah.
yeah, you're the. We'll say that there are fences around here. Like they've built up some sort of a perimeter. Like you see, there are guard posts, so there's probably like 1 or 2 entrances into here that are not ship based. But the what's the word I'm looking for? The walls themselves are probably like 10 feet high. So not a whole lot's getting over them unless they're really tall.
Gotcha.
But they are more along the lines of like those quick, like you would do it for the military, just like quick walls that they set up.
Yeah, it's not like super sturdy and
right.
fortified, but it's
a
some-
wall.
it's something.
It separates a group, which is what they were trying to go for. So, but yeah, you see there are definitely a couple towers here and there to watch out. And there's a larger, like I said, it's like the size of like a city block, this complex is. So there are various other smaller outlying buildings next to you guys on this area you've landed. And so with that, we see this convoy start to do their thing. Another one, there's like a smaller, not necessarily dune buggy, but probably like a Humvee, like a futuristic Humvee pulls up. And they're very much just like, Major Freck would like to talk to you if you wouldn't mind. Please come with us. And they open the door to the Humvee.
Are we going to let them unload the ship while we're gone?
Yeah, they're starting to offload it now. Do you want to be there to supervise them the entire time?
I mean, I feel like somebody should.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Somebody
let
needs
them.
to lock up after they're done.
Maybe Jedt?
Yeah, I'll stay by and
Okay.
make sure everything's secured.
But I'll go meet the major.
Okay,
I
sounds
will
good.
go as well because I am the face.
You are.
I think I'll probably hang out with Jedt.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the face.
So 2 of you get into this Humvee. 2 of you politely decline to stay on this ship to watch over these folks. And we see our good friends Zander and Toots drive in this kind of sleek Humvee-esque vehicle. I'm assuming that this one is not hovering. They're wheels. That's just how we're going to go. We'll say that this planet does have atmosphere, so you guys are able to breathe without anything on there. None of that stuff. It might be like slightly more gravity. I think that kind of sounds interesting, but I don't know enough to where it would affect everything. I have to look that up. I haven't really fucked with gravity yet in this game to figure it all out.
I don't want to fuck with Greg.
Yeah, I don't. Like the cool thing is they do talk about like how fast you're traveling, like how many G's and how long it will take. I'm just like,
Yeah,
okay,
I
I
saw
gotta
that
figure
chart.
out like the pull of that would be like ungodly. But
And we could, like, the gravity situation could get really annoying because I did make my character a belter. So if gravity's heavier, then my character probably wouldn't be able to come down to the planet.
yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
it's up to you.
It would be cool to mix it up, but for now,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I got to get more in depth into it all because we're all learning this as we go, as we're still playing this. We see Toots, Zander, you drive through into this complex, like looks like a pretty big warehouse part. There's racking and all that kind of stuff. They park this in the bay. They get out and escort you kind of through. There's like semi-machine shop where they're kind of putting stuff together. They're working on vehicles. It looks like one kind of big, large building where different sections are put together. Like there's people cataloging the food. It looks like they have some sort of like indoor. I don't want to say grow up, but like
Hydroponics?
Hydroponics. They're making fat kush. No, like a greenhouse. There's like an indoor greenhouse that some people are working on. Maybe there's like a water filtration system that they set up in.
So hydroponics.
So they're not growing weed.
That's what you're describing is
Hydroponics aren't just weed.
So are they? I was okay. That is me assuming it's
okay,
always
yeah, no.
growing plants with water, hydro.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I always assumed hydroponics dealt with weed.
You know when you see the like PVC tubes and you're like, wow, they're growing it just in water. Like that's crazy. That's hydroponics. So
Gotcha.
what filtering
Then
it
yes,
through water.
you are correct.
Yeah,
I am
Okay.
wrong. You are correct.
And then the nutrients that they got from the soil they put in the water, so
That
they don't take.
that's when they make the weed.
You know what?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's when it
Chris.
transforms.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then
They mix it. Yeah, they inject the marijuana.
Right,
and
and
then
then-
That's when you can melt it down into the spoon.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
It's
Okay,
liquid
see?
enough to pull up into the
now we're getting it.
And then that's how you snort it. Is,
yeah.
Put that syringe right in your nose.
Sounds fucking terrifying.
No, yeah, I always thought they were like, I thought hydroponics dealt specifically with like weed. So, yeah. Okay, cool. I learned something today.
That's how people got away with selling that shit. Is they'd be like, "Well, it's a hydroponic store. It's not for so."
That's probably why I just
Yeah.
connected the two
You
dots.
learned about them at the same time. That's why
Probably.
the assessment,
So
yeah.
there we go. Cool. You are following this. You didn't ask this guy's name. He didn't give you his name. He didn't care.
Nope.
Yeah. So you are following this person. Everyone, there are like guards walking through here every once in a while. It looks like they're not necessarily like armed, but they do have like there are some people with weaponry on them, but they're not
Okay,
like actively looking
I was
around
going to
at people.
ask, like, how much this looks like this is military?
It's
he said fatigue.
quasi-military.
Okay.
It definitely seems like there is a guard,
Gotcha.
like garrison of sorts. Like there are definitely people here who are guards and like looking out for stuff, but this doesn't seem like it's a full-on military operation that you've got an idea of. And you being former military, you know that there probably are like, yeah, there are definitely people here in charge of security, but this is not like, not everybody here. There are people in civilian clothes. You don't see everybody that looks like full military.
We're not
stuff.
on a military base, but we're a little bit.
Yeah, it's like 25% military.
The semblance of governance in a lawless.
Right, they're the beacon to crush all the darkness out there, whatever they
Sweet.
tell themselves. So, and so yeah, we see you guys following this guy through kind of this labyrinth catacomb, weaving in and out of different places, and eventually you arrive. Maybe take a couple of flights of stairs up on a racking or like the decking. And eventually you arrive at a door, they knock on it, and you are ushered into this room, and sitting behind a desk is... Do we do a human? Do we want to do an alien? What do you guys want to do?
I mean, I think a human makes more sense.
It does. But it's also the Prime Dominion. There's a lot of different things.
Make whatever you want.
So I'm gonna make whatever I want with a Cornox Freck. We're gonna say that he looks like a amphibian creature. Think like Abe Sapien. I'm
Okay.
thinking like that. So he's got gills. Maybe he's got like these 2 units around his neck to breathe in through water.
Hydroponic.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking
The weed water.
Yeah,
His
drink that
eyes
long water.
super red.
Yeah.
So this amphibian man gets up. We'll say that, he's in a probably fatigues as well. Got a little tiny cap on. Got his little air purifiers around his gills. Big black pupil eyes. I like the idea of the slits like closing sideways.
Oh, yeah.
Like that
Men in
sounds
Black
cool.
style.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's a cool idea. We'll say he's got 2 arms, like you'd expect.
Sure.
Maybe he's got like 2 little baby appendages, but I don't know. I'm not feeling
like
comfortable
that.
with the baby appendages, but maybe like 2 little tiny ones that are
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
tucked
yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Little
They're
T-Rex.
used only during mating.
Could be, you don't know. You can ask him.
When he gets excited, he just like pats him against his torso.
Maybe that's how. Yeah, maybe that's how. just like
That's his belly.
you guys pull a piece of fish, it's
Like
a
tiny
seal.
little seal flippers.
Yep.
So you just-
I feel like you were like this close from describing New from Chrono Trigger as like
Oh,
this
Oh
character.
yeah.
Yeah. Does he have a scratch point?
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't know.
Maybe you hang out enough. Maybe you take him on a date. Maybe you find it.
it.
So, and so he gets up, kind of walks over to you guys. Do you have anything that would signify you as like former military or anything like that?
I mean,
Besides like just the
I
way you
don't-
look?
he doesn't like wear any kind of like emblem or patch or badge or anything.
He doesn't do like the Marine hat. Like that's how you always know a Marine is they wear their
I
hat
mean,
a certain way.
He doesn't wear anything that, like you immediately would identify like that's military clothing.
Gotcha.
But he does, hold himself a little like, he would get in there and stand hands behind his back kind of thing.
Fucking nerd.
Attention.
Cool. Perfect.
Does he have one of those tattoos on his arm?
No tattoos.
Finding Hellfish.
This is like Semper Fi, like for Marines or something.
He's got one tattoo on his chest that says humanity #1. No, he doesn't. It's a joke.
That's very true. What's Toots do when she meets him? As this guy's kind of approach you, do you take any formal stance with him, or are you just kind of nonchalantly hanging out?
She's very nonchalant, not intimidated at all.
Okay.
She's, hands in her pocket, chewing her gum. Her like spacesuit's like not zipped up; it's like zipped down all the way, so her arms are like still in it, but it's like zipped down all the way.
Okay.
And she's just kind of like wide stance again, hands in pocket. And she's just kind of like looking at her with her head tilted to the side, like just what are we doing here?
Yeah, nice to meet you, Major Frick.
Nice to meet you too. You seem like a military man with a stance. You,
Yes.
where'd you serve?
Lieutenant Colonel in the Prime Dominion Marines.
The Marine. It's got trust him.
Sounds like the guy from Waterboy.
And he's just like, what's your name there?
Xander Cross.
I don't know if you said it or not. It's supposed to be laughing.
I should have. I don't know if I did either.
All right.
But yeah,
What's your rank again?
Lieutenant Colonel.
He's like, Lieutenant Colonel Cross, nice to meet you. Like, reach out his hand. It's kind of wet. A little
Yeah, I'll shake his
slimy.
hand.
He's got fingers, but they're like
Wipe-
webbed together.
Wipe it on me.
No thumb. Doesn't have a thumb, but just four appendages.
He's like a Zora, but he has like the fin going on his elbow.
Yeah, let's go with it. I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
That's cool.
Let's just copyright. Take all that copyright shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Has a soul of an egret.
He does as well? God damn. And then he turns to you two. He's just like, who would you be, Bim?
Astrodomos Rodgers. Everyone calls me Toot.
Pleasant to meet you, Miss Toots. Or Rodgers, I should say. Everyone reaches his hand to shake your hands. He's like, Rodgers. I feel like I've heard the name Rodgers before, but I can't put a name on it, so that's fine.
It's fine.
Please have a seat. Would you guys like anything? We have limited beverages here. We have a water.
Water will be fine.
Excellent. So he just like pulls the cup up to his neck thing and just squirts out a little bit. Just joking. He gives you. He'll give you like. We'll say everything here's like bottled water. So it's like the water on the surface here is not the best thing to drink. It's got to be filtered quite a bit. So we bring in some from off planet to make sure everyone gets the nutrients they need from it.
I imagine we've got a lot of. Well, I don't know if you said from his planet.
He just means like this planet itself doesn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we brought water then.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Toot doesn't get anything. She's just like she just like shakes her head when she's offered any sort of.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's just like, we appreciate you coming out here all this way. Really bringing a lot of supplies for what's going to help out here to get the locals on our side. They've been a little testy of late. Can't say I blame
Really?
them, but
What is your side, if you could clarify matters for us?
our side is the Prime Dominion.
So the locals here don't agree with the Prime Dominion?
Some of them do. Some of them are willing to accept our help, but others, obviously, whatever pride or whatever reason, don't want us to be here. So they are very vocal about that. And some of the groups have decided to band together recently and escalated some attacks on us. But overall, everything's been pretty safe for the most part. Can't say too bad has happened.
So what kind of attacks have you experienced?
Oh, your typical...
Any casualties?
There have been some casualties, unfortunately. They've started attacking any sort of groups or towns or that are allied with us first, kind of attacking those who are siding with us in a sense. They haven't really done too much of a full frontal attack on us here, just kind of pokes and prods. We've had some fences damaged, some of the walls damaged, but if some of our men are out on patrol, they might get attacked, but nothing too serious after that.
They must have a large number because it just seems like your advantage military-wise is more superior unless they have some sort of help on their end.
No, we didn't come here as a full military force. We have, obviously, security to be safe. We weren't sure what the locals would be like, whether they'd be more civilized than others, or if they would be kind of lesser beings that didn't just acted on primal instincts or whatnot. So we're here for that. But for the most part, we don't have a large force. I mean, there's maybe 40 of us that are considered security here that have weapons and armor and whatnot. It's not something that we're not here to bring force. We're here to try to help them out, but we also understand as part of that there might be groups that don't take kindly to intruders, which rightfully so, I can understand their viewpoint, but we're here to do our job, and our job is to try to help these people out and ascend them and bring them into the Prime Dominion, and that's what we're working on.
Can you tell me more about the locals? What are... I mean, you mentioned several different factions, but how many are we talking about here?
Oh, we've got... they're a more insectile type breed of that we've come across. They live mainly in... largely underground at points, but they are tribal of nature. They have different clans of sorts that they've... So, I have a hard time understanding their dialect, to be honest with you. We're still working on that, getting them into the database so that we can have those communications. But for the most part, they seem to value family and their tribe more than a lot. So... Can't say I can name the tribes, to be honest with you. I'm not.
Fine.
We're mainly just keeping out our guys. If you want to talk with a scientist or whatnot, or one of the other folks, they'd probably be able to answer that. I'm just going by what I remember from meeting notes here. But they're largely insectile in nature. They definitely do have a higher conscience. We are able to communicate and trade with them. But they are just just a people of the planet. We've lovingly taken to calling them the. He kind of looks at his notes. He's like,
lovingly calls them, what? I forgot what it was.
He's gonna look at his notes here. He's kind of staring down. He's like, we call them the Derons. It's because they're on the planet Deron, so they just call them Deronians or Derons.
Makes sense.
Easiest way for us to give them. We've yet to understand what they call themselves. So once we're able to get that in hand, then we'll certainly be able to obviously call them by that. But for now, we're just calling them what we know, what we've classified them as.
Well, General, is there anything we can do to help out while we're here? I mean, I don't know if we have too much time. We were just supposed to drop off and head back, but...
It's like, do you have any diplomatic nature of sorts that you're able to talk with individuals?
Not myself, but it kind of side-eyes Toots.
She just kind of looks at you and she's just like, yeah, I can talk to the Derons.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if you'll be able to fully understand them, but yeah, if you have any sort of way to help us out with that, we definitely put in a request with the Dominion to make sure you get extra pay for helping out, if that's something you'd be interested in. Yeah, definitely. Something we do.
She just kind of says, yeah, I can speak to them, but she's very precise with her words about not saying yeah, help you out. She's just I will speak to
watching
you.
You speak perfect English.
Yeah. She's just yeah.
As Toots starts a revolution.
It is quite possible.
Gonna go full Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
I pushed you in the world.
I love that movie.
It's so good. It is really one of my favorites. So, Yeah, cool. So, yeah, he's like, absolutely, yes, I'll get you in touch with our envoys here, and you can talk with them, and they'll be able to provide a little bit more assistance than what I'm able to do. I'm security. I'm here to make sure people are safe, people make it back at night. I'm not fully briefed on all of the inner goings. It's not something that's my... frankly, I don't really need to know it. As long as I know they don't pose a threat, they don't have any sort of weaponry that we're not aware of. That's the main thing for me is, what can I do to keep the people here safe? So if you want to talk to one of our envoys down there, probably a better choice. You can talk with, he kind of scribbles down the name. It's terrible handwriting. Because he's, doesn't have a thumb. Yeah.
He kind of grabs it like this, like sideways.
And so he gives you the name Sarah Cheshire.
Cheshire?
Yes.
She's got a grin.
So he gives you that, and he's like, if you want to talk with Miss Cheshire, she could probably give you more of an understanding of these folks, and maybe even set you up with a meeting of sorts with some of the leaders. But yeah, that's about the best I can do. I typically just try to meet those who are coming on here, give them the lay of the land. I don't know how long. It's probably going to take like the better part of a day or two to get everything offloaded and cataloged in your ship.
It took us like a day or two to
load up, so you guys are, it's basically, this is him giving you like a briefing of what's going on here, so you're made aware of it since you're going to be here for a day or two. He's like, you're more than welcome to stay on your ship, or you can stay in the barracks. Completely up to you, but barracks might be a little bit safer. We have a separate room quarters for all of you as well. You won't be mixed in with the local... The common ragtag group here, but if you wish to stay on your ship, I totally understand that as well, but the offer still stands if that's something you would like.
That's appreciated.
Good.
It's like, you're welcome.
Yeah. Least we could do. I mean, you're bringing us these supplies all the way out here, and want to make sure you stay as comfortable as possible, so...
Can I just, say while Toot is in this facility, she's taking all the mental notes of these supplies they have on hand and the layout, and how many people are here and what kind of defense she's just taking mental notes of it.
Gotcha. Okay. How smart is Toots? What's her intelligence?
Her intelligence is 8.
Okay.
So she did drop out of college.
I don't know if she's gonna remember a whole lot, but she's taking notes.
she can.
We cut out to the ship. Got Blex. We got our good boy Jedt, Coinbitter, watching all these folks take stuff off their, get everything off.
And I'm helping.
You're helping?
Because I want to schmooze with them to get information.
Okay.
I'm trying to once again learn a little bit, look for opportunities. So I'm like, hey, so what we got going here? And I just start shooting the shit with them about whatever the weather and whatever else.
Gotcha. What's Blex doing?
Probably be helping as well, but he wouldn't be talking with anybody.
Okay.
He would just generally help.
Gotcha.
Move
okay.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So you're just like, how many extra hands if you need it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool. Yeah. So we see Jedt smoozing. He's working the field of workers. You worked in the warehouse before, so you could be help with that. Yeah. So we'll say that you set upon and you're talking with a younger, dock worker, warehouse guy. We'll say he's a human. We'll make it easy. We'll say he's a human man, and he's talking with you. So what questions do you have?
I mean, I would weave it into conversation, but ultimately I'd get a feel for, the lifestyle and, recent events and, pain points and gripes.
Gotcha.
Leadership structures within the Prime Dominion here.
And, so he's just like, tell you the truth, man, I mean, they offered good money to come out here. You get to, kind of, not a whole lot going on. We just got ships coming. We offload them. Everything else is pretty chill. We can go out as much as we want. We just got to check in when we leave, check out when we come back. A lot of the locals here are kind of, I don't know, I haven't had any issues with them. They're hard to understand. They click a lot, We call them clickers, but, we're not in charge. I think their official name, they call them, and it's kind of like D-Rons, I think is what they're calling them now. No one understands what they're saying, so we just call them clickers for short, even though it's longer than D-Ron. I guess that's kind of a... But he's like, yeah, man, you run into them, you can just wave, and they'll kind of stare at you, and then they'll go underground into their tunnels and whatnot. So as long as you don't like go down their tunnels, you're fine. They don't really come up to the surface. They're pretty chill from what I've seen. I know that a lot of there's been some issues of late from what I'm understanding. We found like some collapsed burrows. Seems like some of the other groups are attacking them. I talked with one of my buddies in security. He said that there's I guess a chief. Is that the proper term that we use for someone in charge of here? I don't want to be derogatory. I just don't know their structure yet. But we were talking with like one of their leads, and we set up a pretty good trade. We were giving them supplies, and then we went to go meet them, and their entire warren, like their system had been collapsed, and his head was put on a pike. That's kind of we kind of took that as a warning. They kind of did. They were very freaked out by that, but we don't know. We don't know enough about it. So
whose head? Like one of the ants?
One of the leaders, the leader of this group. I don't know, like one of the clickers.
One of the clickers, yeah.
So, but you have to talk with security, man. I don't. He's just kind of telling you that, just like, hey, this is the basics of it all. Is just like, it's a pretty quiet ho-hum place. Yeah. Like they don't interact with the locals a whole ton. If they do, like, they're cordial, but again, like a lot of it's underground. So, like the clickers the DEF CON will be up on top of the surface planet, but a lot of like they live downstairs, underneath.
Makes sense.
So he's like, I know that I think the big thing that right now they're just trying to figure out what's going on. Like, who are these groups that are attacking everybody? Like, we don't really know. Like, we've had a couple try to come and attack here. Like, they'll throw like fruit at the gates and stuff like that, or they'll throw like food that we try to deliver and stuff like that. But nothing super violent towards us. I mean, I think a couple people have been attacked. They've gotten bitten and whatnot, but like nothing super crazy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you said that there's like setting up trades potentially. Like, what are we even trading with them? You know, like, are we getting anything out of them? Like, what are they offering?
And he's just kind of like, I mean, I think they got some pretty like rich iron ore like underneath they've got some minerals here. They've got some things that we're trying to work on them. My understanding is there's also like cobalt, stuff like that, deep underground. A lot of minerals that we can just refine for various things. So, and also, I mean, they seem intelligent enough. None of them have shown anything that makes us not think that they are. So it seemed like a good kind of starting place. There's not a whole lot else around here, tribal war wise, like other planets of sophisticated nature to interfere here. So we thought this might be a good kind of. What I was told with the video we watched, that this is a good starting point for the Prime Dominion out here to help grow. And so we can win over these folks, and then once we succeed there, we can go check out the next planet and kind of just cycle there. But this will be kind of the main base, and it's a very like arid, deserty kind of planet. Like there's definitely an atmosphere, but there's where you guys are at. It's pretty much like think like Arizona. Like there's sparse trees. There are some water. But it's mainly just like craggy rocks and whatnot. So,
okay. Well, you worked obviously in the warehouse, and I work in logistics, so I'm right there with you. But like, do you see what kind of ships come and go? I mean, is it basically just supplies deliveries, or like, do you seem to be loading up boxes, exporting stuff, or like? I
mean, yeah, we'll get some certain things from like. Mainly, it's just deliveries by now. Like one of your guys' ships will come every so often. I remember the last one we got. It was probably. a couple months ago, I think it was. They usually set us up for quite a while. So, I mean, it's a far trip out here. I know it's it's a lot of fuel to get it here and back. So we're kind of set where we are. But no, we've sent a couple things back. We've gotten gifts or trinkets they've given us. We've taken back to analyze, make sure like what's in them. I think what I understand is there's supposed to be a bigger shipment coming soon of like excavating material. For what I'm understanding, we're trying to clear space for that in the warehouse so that we know once it gets here, we're going to have space set aside so that we can start digging. So I think we're getting pretty close to a trade deal with one of these groups. I know some of the envoys, the people who are in charge of talking with them, have got their language pretty well dialed in from what I understand with the neck things, but it just all sounds like clicks to me, man. And this is how it is.
Got it. No, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. Well, thanks for shooting the shit with me, man. Yeah, I mean, is there any? We're gonna be probably moving around here, like holing up somewhere. Is there any place that's like off limits that I shouldn't be touching? Like, I don't know. Is there any like place? Like, where am I comfortable to go around here on this base here?
There's no. If the door will be locked if you can't get in, or you'll see like security guards standing outside. But no, I'm sure most of the time they have like a little side barracks for you guys to stay in if you want. You can stay in your ship. I know a couple crew stayed there. We got a meal hall if you guys want some food, and if you're tired of eating whatever paste you got on the ship, you can come here and eat some of the food that you brought. But other than that, yeah, no. If you wanna go out into the desert, feel free, man. You're more than free to ride out there too. Just let them know you're going and when you get back. Otherwise, they're going to send a party after you, and yeah, they don't want to do that.
Sounds good, dude. I guess lastly, what do you do for fun around here?
It's like, oh, man.
We shoot these little clicker things come around.
We implode their bunkers.
Lots of drug. No.
Yeah.
It's like, I like munching.
Oh, no. We do a lot of munting.
Yeah. Ton of munting. It's a boofing.
Just boofing and munting.
See, Tyler's actually looked it
I'm
up.
going to look it up. I'm going to look it up on Safe Search so I don't have it in my Google history.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep saying it without
I mean, that's basically how the kids use it.
Yeah.
You can use Skibbity just any way you want.
That's true. Yeah. He's just like, we'll go out shooting. We'll go ride around. We'll play cards. Like, there's not a whole lot. Read. You only got so many places you can go around here, so it's pretty boring. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to do for fun.
Right on, yeah.
So you can drink. We got a limited supply of beer too, if that's your thing. But nothing. Cool. It's pretty chill.
Nice.
So
I'll just like peddle my wares if I see anything. Oh, I got some new deck of cards.
Okay. A deck of cards.
Yeah,
I like it.
We like you.
You think they'd have decks of cards in the future? Or would they be like digital cards?
I know that
hologram cards. That'd be pretty cool.
Toot has a gambling addiction, so there is some sort of.
I'm sure there are still cards.
Yeah. She probably has one in her pocket right now, just in case.
I like the idea that they're like goggles that you put on, and they like bring the poker hand up in like front of one of your eyes, like a augmented reality.
It's a good one.
I think that'd be pretty cool. That's where Toots plays.
Oh yeah.
But I'm sure they're still playing cards that exist. So, all right. So we fade out of this scene, getting everything done. You guys are, it's nighttime. It's gotten darker. They've finished offloading everything from the ship for the most part. You guys have the dock back up. They just want to verify everything's there. They're going through unpacking it all before they let you guys know, okay, yeah, we've accounted for everything. You guys are free to go. So in the morning, you guys should be able to roll out of there. Where are you guys staying for the night? Are you on the ship, or are you inside of their barracks?
I think I'd sleep in the ship.
I would definitely sleep in the ship.
Okay.
Same.
Ship, just because she doesn't want anything from these colonizers.
Whoa. They're here to help.
Uh-huh.
Manifest destiny.
Yeah. Are you guys eating? So you're not even going to eat like dinner with them? Or are you going to eat your own dinner on here?
She's going to eat the paste.
You're going to eat the paste?
I would eat dinner with them, maybe.
Okay.
If there's like some, military soldier looking guys.
Yeah, they have a mess hall.
The mess hall, but I'm staying in the ship.
Get some Jello, some Salisbury steak.
Damn.
See what kind of chow they got here.
Yeah, it's not terrible. A lot of the stuff, like the vegetables and everything, is grown in here. So, meat wise, it's probably not.
It's insect tasting.
Yeah, it's a little gamey, a little stringy. Might be from an. I'm sure there are other like beasts on this planet too, but the main livable one, the main sentient ones, are these bug people. So. Toots, so you're gonna eat the paste. What's Blex doing? Is Blex going with them? Are you eating there? Are you eating on the ship with Toots?
I'll probably eat in like a mess hall and then just go back to the ship.
And you guys in this mess hall, you are getting like just like the overall vibe of just like everyone seems like everything's pretty good. Like they're joking with each other, they're setting up plans and whatnot's going down. There's no like real underlying like tensions that you feel like. The security guards are mixing with scientists who are mixing with all these other people. Well, yeah, of course.
They're just trying to bring trade.
Yeah. These people need help.
Uh-huh.
Who else is going to help them except for the rich?
They'll enjoy civilization.
They just don't know yet.
Exactly. I don't know yet.
They haven't been given it yet. That's like the first time you had like something really good like candy. You're like, oh, I need this in my life. This is really good.
Yeah.
You didn't know it till you... I'm just fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm evoking those emotions with you. Is this
No, it's
Yeah.
okay.
morally gray,
Yeah.
large,
Yeah.
like any sort of like large leadership group is going to have gross stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't want to inherently say they're good or bad. I would rather you guys
You're doing
make
your
that
job.
judgment. So.
You're doing an amazing job.
Good. And so, yeah, you guys, we'll say that you have a meeting tomorrow with Sarah to talk with her about talking with these folks. I'm assuming that Toots would let Blex and Jedt know that you guys might be here a little bit longer because you're going to go meet, figure out what you can help with around here. Yeah, I like it. I think we fade out on this session with you guys inside of your ship. It's the sun is set. You're looking up at the sky. You see all these distant constellations. Maybe you're trying to figure out like which one you came from. Shooting stars coming by. There's some like light. What's the word when you're can't see the sky very well?
Light pollution.
Light pollution. Thank you. There's a decent amount of light pollution here, but there's still like enough to be able to like they have spotlights and whatnot, but. Still not enough. You can see up the sky pretty well. You can see a couple shooting stars as they go by. And what sort of sensors does your ship have there, Mr. Coinbitter?
I guess how would I know?
So
It would be on the
The ship info.
Because I don't think I have like a character sheet for the
I don't
ship.
have the book that has that information.
I think I gave you guys a handout of the ship. It's out there somewhere. I don't know where it went.
I
Is it-
remember seeing it,
Is
but
it-
I don't think
So-
that was like we kept it.
So the sensor types that are common on ships, visual, all of them, pretty much everything. Thermal, pick up heat emissions. Radar and LiDAR to detect physical objects. Then it depends on if we're getting to the advanced stuff. But in general, you're going to see visual, thermal, and radar/LiDAR on all ships.
What's LiDAR?
It's like radar, but using lasers.
Gotcha. Okay. So space stuff. Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, so we'll say it's getting later in the night. You guys are settling in. Maybe you're playing a card game with each other, doing some sort of team bonding exercise. Do you guys think you guys would do that, or would you like be completely separate once you finish eating and like go to your rooms and just
If I
chill?
know that Toots has cards, we'd probably be playing card games.
Oh yeah, she'd
like
be
card
teaching
games.
you how to play a new card game, but she always wins.
Suspiciously.
Suspiciously.
That tracks. That feels like a Toots thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are in this ship. You're playing your card game, Space Rummy or whatever it is. I don't know.
Space Rummy. That's awesome.
So we go
We'll
like
go with that.
24 left-hand hook or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird card games out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she like deals expertly and she's just like
Oh, yeah.
super fast at it and she's like, keep track, you're not keeping track, and then she like folds out all, like 12 decks in her hand or something. And
I
then,
feel like she
folds
could
it
do
back.
like the one-hand shuffle thing too.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't shuffle cards normally. I'm fucking terrible at
Yeah.
shuffling
This
cards.
is her first rodeo.
Yeah. And so, yeah, you guys are here in this ship playing these cards, having yourself a good, chill night. And you start to feel the ground start to, like, rumble around you. Like, it's like a little mini earthquake going on. It's like the ship shakes, and then it kind of stops. And then the ship shakes again, and you can kind of feel, like, everything. And then you start to hear, like, klaxon sounds of alarms going off on the base. Coming back at you. All right.
Staying it on top.
Oh, geez, that's even worse.
It's 5-0.
Yeah. I mean, we lost the other day like that, so.
Oh,
The Krakens are not a good sports team.
yeah.
The only good sports team that the Seattle market has is the Storm.
Well, these days, I don't know if they're as on top as they used to be.
They went to the playoffs. They got bounced out in the first
okay.
round.
Yeah,
But
there we go. Okay.
I mean, and let's like the Seahawks were 10-7, which is great, but they
were
missed the
decent this
playoffs.
year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the Mariners are just the Mariners, and then
Yeah.
the Kraken are just the Mariners of hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then no one cares about the Sounders.
No.
I forgot about the Sounders. So
Exactly.
there you go.
Yeah.
Actually, they did pretty good. They made it to one of the second to last round or
Still,
something like that.
Nobody
But-
cares.
Yeah. Did they make it to regionals or?
Yeah, they made it. They made it to regionals, but they lost at state.
Isn't it like
Ah.
sounding like putting something in your urethra?
Yeah.
So like the Sounders.
That's what we named it after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it close to munting or not?
No.
But I went to one Sounders game one time and it was fucking awful. It was the dumbest
I don't
fucking
like
time.
soccer.
It was fucking so stupid.
My-
I like soccer. I don't dislike soccer, but like they do the skull clap
The what?
beforehand. So the Vikings, the football team, do this thing where slowly, it's extremely slow, the whole stadium at the same time goes clap, clap, and they slowly build up this clap, but everybody does it on time
Wow.
perfectly.
That's crazy.
And you know what's happening. At the Sounders game, everybody just stands up, and there's these fucking yuppie white people with their hands raised in front of me, and I was like, dude, is this a cult? Like, what the fuck is going on? The whole stadium. Then they start doing a skull clap, and people are doing it incorrectly. It's just like, okay, this is weird. Then we were playing the Portland whatevers.
Timber.
The away section was, and it's a small away section, was yelling, fuck Seattle the
Whoa.
entire game.
What the fuck?
That's all you heard.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, if this
seem
was
like-
any other sport, the fans, A, would give a fuck and beat the shit out of
Right,
you.
yeah.
B, you wouldn't even fucking be here because you guys have a basketball team. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Only in Seattle, or
That's all they
feel
got,
confident
though.
enough.
I will be fair. The Timbers goal celebration is the hardest shit.
What do they do?
They have a fucking lumberjack. They bring out a log for the entire season, and they cut a chunk off and like hoist it into the air. So like every time they score, you just got this like lumberjack just like cut through this big old like 6-7 foot piece of wood and like hold it up and like they're like no they
That is
fucking
kinda
give somebody or
cool.
something.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
I have a recommendation if it's not too bad of a segue. Cody and I just finished Silent Hill 2 remake. I would just like to say Cody's an amazing husband because he plays all the horror games I'm too scared to play. And I just watch him play them, and he plays them very well, unlike me that would just die at the tutorial boss.
perfect.
But the remake is very good.
That's what I've heard.
Very good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I need to go. I've thought about picking it up, but
Yeah.
Is the segue to that because being in downtown Seattle is basically like Silent Hill these
It
days?
is. It is. Actually, I think we made that joke while we were playing
Oh,
it.
yeah.
they're just like people in corners smoking crack.
Yeah,
They're just
pretty
like people like running around on the ground, just like not even getting up, and they're just like traveling while just like
it's
wiggling
like
their
the
legs
weird-
on the
Okay, yeah,
ground.
that's Seattle.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
definitely Seattle.
But yeah, I didn't know that Silent Hill had so much story and lore to it, and so we ended up watching an explanation video.
Aren't there like a dozen different endings to that game?
Yeah.
There was
is.
8.
And then
Yeah.
some weird,
Wow.
some
Yeah.
weird secret
I
like
was
joke
surprised.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 2 joke ones that are obviously jokes that are amazing, but then there's like
dog
different-
ending or
yeah,
something?
the
Yeah.
dog
The
ending.
fucking dog. And
Nice.
There's like a UFO ending where
Oh.
the original James character from the original Silent Hill 2 comes and like abducts the one you're playing now with the good graphics. So there's like 2 different
Yeah.
graphics.
Like an
Interesting.
inside joke.
That's
yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. I finished Scavenger Rain. It was amazing. Really good show.
Fucking
Highly
oh,
recommend it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need something else to watch now. So I started Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Wow.
That show fucks hard.
Because I watched
Oh my God,
Full
that
Metal
show's
Alchemist like a decent amount. Like I knew a little bit of the lore, but I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to sit. It's like, this is the good version from what I looked
It
up.
is.
So I'm going to go with this. And I made it through one episode and I was like, all right, pretty cool. So I'm going to, and I
Nice.
watched it with subtitles. So I got the original Japanese voice acting.
That's recommended.
There you go.
And
Because Vic Mignogna is a
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that.
it's
they only
that-
got part 1
predator.
on Netflix. So I got to figure that part out. What's up with the Predator?
No,
Oh.
Vic Mignogna got canceled.
He's the English voice actor for Al.
Oh, gotcha.
Or
Gotcha.
Edward,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, or
And
Edward,
The brother?
Yeah.
No, not the brother, the main character,
main
Edward.
character, yeah.
The brother.
Yeah, and like Inuyasha and he is a brother, yeah. But he's just a really famous voice actor, and he just got caught, like texting minors and flirting,
he's a
just
piece
like
of shit.
grooming and
He like
Gross.
goes to like conventions and like gives people like super minors his like hotel room and all that shit.
Gross.
That sucks. Well,
Dude, what?
the
Anyways,
show's
so-
fucking cool.
Yeah, the show's
Yeah,
awesome.
no, I was really great. I'm liking it so far.
That's it. Crazy. Yeah,
So.
I don't see you watching anime much, even though there's a lot.
I
Of
don't,
awesome fucking.
and that's
anime,
why
so
I'm trying
good.
to be better
that is
about
good.
it.
That is good.
And I remember liking what I saw of Full Metal Alchemist, so I'm like, you know what?
You
I don't
just
remember
gotta-
enough. I'm just gonna we're
just-
jumping right
Just
in.
make sure you stick to Brotherhood because that's the real one.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I read.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to look up the difference between the two, and they're like, everybody's just like, Brotherhood is more faithful to the manga adaptation, so go with that. I'm like, cool. I don't know what a manga is. No, I'm just joking.
Can I make a quick recommendation?
No,
then?
fuck off.
I'm going to anyways. Thinking about anime. If
he's
anybody's
stacking
heard
it
of
on top.
He is.
Yeah.
Frieren Beyond Journey's
Oh,
End.
Freyren, yeah.
You heard of this?
No.
So it
So
is.
good.
It is a fantasy anime series with like there's an old anime fantasy series trope of like a group of heroes defeat the Demon King and save the world.
Okay.
It's that, except it's 50 years later, and the elf mage of the party, like, she just kind of fucked off, did shit for 50 years, comes back and realizes, like, she didn't even realize that, oh my god, they're all gonna, like, die, basically, and, like, confronting the fact that 50, 100 years for her is nothing,
Nothing. Yeah.
but all of her friends, any friendships or relationships she had is, like, gone, and it's her trying to, like, reconnect with people.
Yeah, and this one
Like,
elves
on-
live a long ass time.
Yeah.
I mean, don't they in Tolkien? Aren't they like
I think
immortal
there's
unless they
some
choose
where,
not
like,
to be?
Maybe they don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I mean,
Like thousands
yeah.
of years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like their lives are that span.
It's
Like,
weird. It's like that premise shouldn't be as good as it is, but like the execution on that, like it's
Yeah.
the highest rated anime of all time.
Yes.
It
It's
was
fantastic.
Brotherhood, and then this like, and it's still
Interesting.
Brotherhood's still like second or
Yeah.
third on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
And
a
the-
lot of like slice of life stuff, or her
Yeah.
like retracing they had a 10-year adventure, and it's like
Yeah.
her retracing parts of it.
That's cool.
And they tell
Reconnecting with
it out
people.
of order sometimes. So like they'll have
Gotcha.
like this meaning, and then they'll do a flashback to like 50 years before, and like why this means so much to her.
Gotcha.
And it's just the storytelling is
Which,
immaculate.
Flashbacks are always annoying, except when it's a crucial feature of the show and actually additive. It's the only place I've ever seen where flashbacks
Whoa,
are actually good.
You did not watch a Family Guy then. So.
Yeah.
We didn't watch Family
remember
Guy.
the
You're
time
right.
Speaking of flashbacks, I will say one quick thing. I'm rewatching Lost. Still holds up. That show's awesome.
Never watched
I was going to bring
I
up
watched
Lost
it
too because I just hit season 4 of Attack on Titan,
Oh.
and it's very Lost-esque. Like I just
That's
can't.
true. That's
I'm
true.
not a fan of like them presenting a million questions, not answering anything. So I've heard a couple times like it's actually better on your second watch once you know what's going on.
Gotcha.
I can see that.
I'm bad at just like letting the show happen to me.
Yeah.
So it's been
Got it.
up and
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it gets a decent grade on that. Like it'll answer a lot of your questions, but ultimately, like it didn't like. I think it's one of those things where like the manga has the better execution and answers
Right.
or whatever. But
And we do have the book, so I'm excited to. After the show, I'm
I-
going to start the
I actually
books.
think
Okay.
I think the show nails the third season better than the manga did. Like
Okay,
that
nice.
stretch
Yeah.
of story.
nice.
It like condensed a lot of stuff
Mhm.
that just made it way more readable
Mm.
or watchable. You know.
But yeah. It's wild shit, dude. So,
Okay.
Chris, we'll find out what kind of anime you like. So, like, let's see how you like Brotherhood, and then we'll go from there.
I'm not watching more after that.
He's a
And then I
parent.
quit.
And he no
That's my
longer
quota.
has time.
Why would you even watch it then? Fuck you.
No, I like. Yeah, I like Akira. I like Studio Ghibli, all that stuff. Like everything I've seen, I've liked. I just don't.
Got it.
There's not enough of it where like I watch it enough where I'm like, yeah, I know about like I know
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist because from like Toonami and shit like that. So
Yes, yeah. What I think you like is you like shit that's super unique and like fucking bizarre and fucking crazy. Like no one does that better than Japan. Like Japan is fucked when you find the right anime. It's like holy shit, what drugs were they on when they made this? It's like you like Scavenger and Rain. It's like holy shit, what are these right? Very very
Yeah.
interesting world building. Like I think you like that kind of stuff. Anime is chock full of it. You just got to find the right stuff.
yeah, probably.
It's also got a lot of trash.
Oh yeah, you got to this thing. That's why you got to listen to people who've swum through the trash.
Yeah,
Born in the trash,
totally,
lived in
yeah.
the trash. We're fucking raccoons over
We
here.
are trash people.
You merely adopted the trash.
Yeah,
Cody.
yes,
Cody was born in
I
it.
was molded by
He
it.
feasted on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I last night I was in my hot tub hanging out, being me, soaking my old bones, and the light goes off in my neighbor's yard, and I look over. I'm like, oh, it's a cat. And then the cat starts to climb the chain link fence. I'm like, that's not a cat, that's a raccoon. Like, it full on, like, climbed it like a ladder.
That was his hot tub.
I was like, God damn, I don't like that. And then, like, I kind of saw it go down the other side. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to keep an eye on that corner. Like, I know it's not going to come fuck with me, but, like, maybe we'll get closer and we'll have, like, a little bonding moment here.
Right.
Give him an egg.
And then from behind my house in they have like a wetlands or preserved lands behind my house. Something fought, and it was like, I think it was 2 raccoons. It was fucking loud, like fucking bushes and like shit rattling. I'm like, oh god damn, like, and then it stopped. And I'm like, okay, either one died or they're done. Like their turf fight's done. I'm like, I'm gonna go. Because I don't know what's going on here, but
like,
I'm going to get out of my hot
relax
tub.
anymore.
Yeah, I can't. Like, I need to, like, I'm going to want to go look over that fence and see, like, what happened to this raccoon? Or was it like a cat and a raccoon? Was it a coyote and a raccoon?
Like the thing?
Yeah.
Did the raccoon kind of have like a human face? And did it grab Ricky and put him into a sewer?
No, it did not.
Okay.
It was very much, like, I thought it was a cat because it had, like, the tail looked like a cat tail. It didn't look like a raccoon tail. But once it climbed the fence, I was like, cats don't climb like that.
Nope.
I don't like that.
I don't like how that happened.
That was just a Delta Green campaign starting for you.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
Good trick to keep them away. Just get one of those super soakers.
Yeah.
Just put
With
like
bear mace in it.
ammonia in it.
Okay.
My dad used to fucking blast those motherfuckers.
I don't have really an issue with the raccoons, but yeah, I will. If they ever.
You will?
I will. Yeah, exactly. When they get more close. But
Yeah.
right now,
Don't
we're keeping our distance.
Is your cat an inside cat or an outside cat?
They go outside. We don't let them outside at night.
Oh, okay.
We let them out during the day.
Yeah, if you leave cat food out there,
Oh, yeah.
raccoons will fuck your cat.
Oh, yeah.
up.
Yeah. Trust me, I know. That's why we don't let them outside.
Mhm.
And plus, there's been coyote sightings and stuff like that in the area.
Oh,
So.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good fucking times. Speaking of coyote sightings, I was that way.
Coyote ugly.
Okay.
I do have a coyote ugly story, but I'm not going to say it
Of course you do. Oh, wait.
because it makes me look bad. So.
That's not the Ice Cube one, right?
No, that was the
Okay.
bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
So, the face Jake just gave. No, okay. Well,
No.
We're doing it.
You're good.
Well, no, we're doing it. We're going into it.
All right.
21st birthday. We go to Vegas. I'm drunk as shit. So it's 21st birthday. We're drinking. We go to Coyote Ugly for some dumb reason. I don't remember why. We're doing shots at Coyote Ugly.
It's Coyote
and
Ugly.
We leave Coyote Ugly. And then for whatever reason, my buddy drags me back to Coyote Ugly. Again, don't fucking know why. I'm fucking drunk. I'm time traveling. I don't remember going back to Coyote Ugly. What I do remember from Coyote Ugly is sitting there looking at a girl next to me. I'm like, hey, do you want to dance? And she goes, yeah, sure. And then I go, oh shit, I have a girlfriend. That's not cool. I'm like, I don't know how. And then I just walked away.
I don't know
I don't know
how.
how.
She was like so
Incredible.
confused. Like,
And then I woke up underneath the sink in a bathroom.
I don't know how.
I don't-
That
do you want
is-
to dance?
Oh,
Yes.
No,
man.
I've told Amber that story. I've owned up to it, but
Oh my god. I don't know how.
That's legit. Pranked. fucking
Got you,
pranked.
idiot.
Yeah.
Thought I would dance with you.
Good.
That was the most devastating night of her life.
It was, yeah.
She's like, you were the one that got away.
I was with my sweet Atreyu shirt on.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think it was Atreyu at that time.
Oh,
Exactly.
boy.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Oh yeah,
Checks out.
yeah,
She
definitely.
listens to that album and just cries.
She does.
The man who can't dance. He can't dance if he wanted to.
I can't. So that's
I can't
it's a
dance
true statement. I just didn't know it at the time. Now I've lived up to it. So you're like the Murdoch.
Hmm?
We're talking about the A-team, like face.
Yeah.
You'd be
Oh,
Murdoch,
yeah.
like the you would be.
Mr. T?
No, that's B.A. Baracus.
Oh,
That'd be probably Zander.
I'm not interested.
So Murdoch was like the he was like the wild card.
Oh, okay.
So and then the face was and then I guess that leaves the face was the smooth talker, and then Cody's character would be the general, the old guy.
Who had the cigar?
That'd be Cody's character.
Oh, okay. I'll
So-
look up Murdoch.
Murdoch was like the tech guy. Like he flew the planes and did all
okay.
that stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the remake movies?
No.
I liked them.
I would say
I
that
did.
remake movie is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
Since I had no connection with it as a kid, I thought it was going to be like that movie SWAT. And I was like, that movie sucks, so I'm not going to watch it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really liked the new characters that they cast and everything. Like, yeah, I was a fan. I kind of based Fidget, our Pathfinder game. I based Fidget off of Murdoch.
Okay.
Because he was just like kind of crazy and not all there, and he's kind of like, oh, he'll get you where you want to go, but you might be missing a finger or two.
Yeah, he's definitely like the Charlie Day of the group. If you've watched it,
Yeah.
Oh, you mean he's the weird guy from Star Trek Next Generation that had no friends, that had the inappropriate relationship with a hologram of Deanna Troi.
How would I know that? I've never watched Star Trek. But yes, that guy.
That's the same guy.
Okay, cool. I don't know. I've seen Star Trek Next Generation movies. That's about it.
Why was it inappropriate? It's a hologram.
Well, you can, because Deanna Troi was someone on the ship.
Oh,
That's the medical officer?
Yeah, no, that's the empath.
The empath. That's right. I apologize.
But I don't know. The Google had two of them next to each other. It might not be the same guy, but I think it is.
It could be. He was a pretty famous like character actor.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he would go on to do something like Star Trek. Yeah. I could see that. Sorry.
Doldrum. That was the word I was thinking of like 2 episodes
What
ago.
the fuck?
Whoa.
Nice.
That long ago? That was like the beginning of 3 episodes ago.
Sorry, I was like, I needed to. Sorry.
Let's not even try to tie that back. All
No,
right, you
we're
found
good.
your word. All right, go on.
That's the word I was thinking of.
That's going at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,